discover.
Hey everyone, Sade is here with Subnautica. In the last episode I was planning on making a couple of devices so we can actually go and get over to the Aurora, which has since exploded and is leaking radiation every which way. Before we get over there I have to build these things, so I managed to collect all the supplies, so we'll get down into the life pod that I'm standing on and get those built. Before we do that, make sure you've hit the subscribe button to the channel if you haven't already, as well as hitting that little notification icon. That's the bell that's right below the bottom of the video. That gives you notifications of when there are new videos such as this one. So with that, we're going to get going. We'll hop down into Mr. Escape Pod here, and after the Aurora blew up, we got a little notification that there is a message waiting. So we'll see what that is after too. So, first things first, we're going to make the rad suit. Fiber mesh and lead. And I think it automatically equips it, if I remember correctly. Oh, it does so. Look at that. We're protected from radiation now. I was swimming around the zone where it was saying radiation detected, and it was screwing up the HUD. It was making it all fuzzy, and I was a little leery about going any bit closer in case I started getting hurt, so didn't do that yet. We also need Mr. Sea Glide, so we can actually travel a little bit faster.
The Sea Glide will increase your effective exploration range. For your safety, please pack supplies for long journeys and stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
Oh, and I was messing around with the flares that you start off with. And as far as I can tell, this thing has not burned out. I was throwing it around in the ocean. It takes a while to sink. It was lighting up everything on the way. So I'm going to hang on to that and see if it actually craps out at any time. So I guess since we're here, we might as well see what the comms relay has to say. LifePod 3 uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out. Signal location updated. Now, I do like in this one they have fixed this. They now have them on ping. I'm going to change the color of these two. It just makes it easier to see the blue when it's getting darker out. Makes it really hard to see in the water. It used to be all the signals you had to equip onto your HUD on these two spots, so it was difficult to have more than 1 or 2 waypoints at a time and have other things equipped. Made it a little bit of a pain in the backside. Okay, we'll put you away. We got all their stuff. We got extra water. And 470 meters that away. Okay, well, we'll go there first and then we'll go check on the Aurora. So the Sea Glide does make you go significantly faster, to the point where sometimes the graphics have trouble keeping up if you have it set really high, which I do. We'll see. But on the bright side, you can also outrun the stalkers that are trying to bite you. Alright, we're almost there, and we did it all in one breath. Oh, I could turn the light on this guy too. It does have a light. It sucks power out faster though when you do it. So, Mr. Sea Glide can go away for now. PDA. We'll get that in just a sec. We'll grab this. They gave us a blueprint for a compass, which is nice.
Near blueprint acquired.
I'm just going to take a quick peek out here. So there's some stuff. What are you? Sea Glide fragment. That means more titanium. Because we already have the Sea Glide. Okay, we'll head up to the surface. No, stay above the water. There we go. And we'll see what that message is. Voice log. Not voice log. Databank. Oh, this is one I missed. Blue palm. Okay. Here we go. Situational analysis complete. Communications relay offline. Altera Crew 1. Damn it, how are we going to find the others without a rendezvous signal? Crew 2. We have a compass bearing on where the other pods went down. Now the thing with all these life pods, as you find them, you will find blueprints that normally you would have to acquire in other means. They have kind of changed this up, so when you find those little, they're not bags, they're like containers, the thing that had the pop-up lid on it, there's often blueprints in those. If you're at a spot where one pops up and there is no blueprint, it's because you already have it. Crew 1, you wanted to swim for it. Crew 2, if there's any rescue coming, it might years away. I see a sea glide outside the hatch. If we can fix it up, we can get to the others and salvage the materials we need to build a permanent habitat. We're a few rooms away from luxury living. I'm going up there to see what I can find. So crew, or life pod crew 3 is obviously no longer with us. Alright, here we go. We're going to head to the Aurora. I'm not going to board the Aurora yet. I'm going to look for some parts, because there is wreckage littered literally everywhere down here. I'm also going to scan Mr. Reef back here. They're kind of like the Subnautica equivalent of whales, and they have stuff living on them. I'm going to scan and take a sample of this. I'm not going to tell you why we need it, it's for much later on. Now also on top of those reef packs are sometimes some nastier creatures that shoot spikes at you. And we'll find them eventually. Oh, speaking of, there it is. So it's best just to keep moving around these things, because then they can't hit you. And we have entered a different biome if you didn't notice. And there are sometimes nasty things under the sand. You will know what they are when they come up. It's very easy to see them because they will ruffle the sand on the way. Nuclear waste disposal, sweet! Sea moth fragments, that's extra good.
Acquired.
But I will say, after I get the sea moth, I rarely ever use this sea glide anymore. So yeah, all around the Aurora is tons of wreckage, but on that end it goes real deep and there's some nasty things, and on the far end, which is how you get onto the Aurora, it drops away and there's some nasty things. Which we may run into. I hope not, because oh, look, we got another message pop up. If we run into him without even having a sea moth, well, it'll kill me. So yeah, there's constantly metal falling off of the Aurora over here, every which way. Now, I will caution you about swimming through these tubes. Every so often, the clipping goes a little funny on this, and you might get stuck. Don't panic, just save your game, reload. Usually it breaks you right out of your predicament instead of having a little freak out and getting stuck. What's in here? Water? First aid kit, always good. The dispenser on your life pod does have an endless supply, but it takes a while to generate a new one if you use it. Oh, and we need this too. Propulsion cannon is important. And yes, that rumbling noise you hear is the Aurora. It's not the game going funny, that's the sound of the Aurora when you get close to it. Ooh, I wonder if this is enough to make... Sweet, we can probably build that cannon.
New blueprint acquired. Hazardous radiation detected. Fabricate a radiation suit to protect against undesirable side effects.
Already done, thank you. More water. Now there are usually tons of crates just littered everywhere around here with all kinds of goodies. It's mostly water, but sometimes you'll find food. Oh, batteries. Nope, there's something. Power transmitter. I have never used those much, but they're fairly useful from what I've heard for making power lines from wherever your source is. If you have like a thermal reactor or something over a vent, you can run the line off it to make it connect to your base. Oh, and we're nowhere near making a base, by the way. There's a lot to do before that. Now this is over at the front of the Aurora, which we're probably going to explore in the next episode. Because I don't think we're going to have time to do it today. Now the beastie I was talking about, you'll probably hear him before... well, I know we'll hear him before we see him. If we see him. There's a pretty good chance we will. Alright, we're getting very close to where he possibly will be. There he is. Oh crap. Saw his shadow. Oh god, he's right there. That's the Reaper Leviathan. And somehow I managed to outrun him. Which is great! Where'd you go?
Readings in this region are sparse.
Come back, buddy.
The Aurora's radioactive fallout will have devastating effects on the alien ecosystem if not contained within the next 24 hours.
Okay, so we have to go fix radiation leaks on board the ship, so that will all happen in the next episode as well. I'm just going to do a little peek for parts. There's something. That's important. The Cyclops is the submarine, the big submarine that you get. Okay, I'm going to put that flare away so as not to make the Reaper any madder than he already is. Come up and get my bearings, because it's nighttime and hard to see anything now. Okay, so we're in between the engines at the back of the Aurora. Oh crap, he's nearby. Yep. Yeah, he's humongous. Yes, I hear you, I'm leaving. Alright, so we're going to head back, drop some stuff off, and go investigate whatever the next signal is. And actually, I think if we have the components, we will make that compass that we got the blueprint for as well. Because that is very handy to have. And I may have to switch out the battery on my Sea Glide here. Now here's another funny little quirk of this game. I don't know if they fixed it yet. When your batteries are empty, to make power cells, which are a stronger version, you need to use batteries. You can use your empty batteries and make power cells that have 100% power in them. It's kind of a cheat. I don't know if they fixed it yet, but we'll see when it comes to that. I'm going to switch my battery out real quick. Turn that off. Put you away. There we go. Compass. Oh, rebreather. Rebreather's good to have too, but not right now, because it takes the space on your head. So a compass is up here now. The rebreather fits here. So at the top of my screen, right where it shows your depth, now there's a compass reading. Yay! Okay, we have a propulsion cannon. Now this thing you can use to actually grab stuff out of the environment and shoot it. So, you know those explosive, these guys? They're great for shooting and they explode like crazy. So let's see what the message has to say, and then we'll wrap it up.
This is Avery twin of trading ship Sunbeam. Aurora, do you read? Over? Still nothing. These Alterra ships. They run out of engine grease. They send an SOS. You offer to help, they don't pick up. Aurora, I'm out on the far side of the system. It's going to take more than a week to reach your position. Do you still need our assistance? Over. I'll try them again tomorrow. See what the long-range scan picks up in the meantime? Damn charter's going to have us wasting our profit margin running errands for Alterra.
Well, there we go. There's a rescue ship coming that doesn't know we're actually in trouble. So, we'll finish this episode here. We'll continue on to the Aurora in the next segment and see what it has to offer. In between, I'm going to get filled up on food and gather some more supplies and things. And we will see you in the next episode. Hope you're enjoying this. Make sure you comment in the comment section anything you like about this, anything else you want to see happen, anything else you like about the channel. All that fun stuff, and I will answer it. I like to read what you guys have to say. In the meantime, as a certain Dark Lord of the Sith likes to say, no disintegrations. We'll see you in the next video.